Welcome back to the channel, everyone. Crypto Takeover here, coming back with a Bitcoin cryptocurrency video for you today. We're going to take a look at two different articles to start us off with. Bitcoin going parabolic towards 35K as Ethereum breaks $800. I think Ethereum actually just broke $900, so we definitely got to look at Ethereum. Bitcoin sitting right at about 33,500. And let's see what our next article is before we get started. Bitcoin blasts off to $34,000 for the first time, less than 24 hours after blowing through 30K. So we made two back-to-back videos yesterday, and the price difference was, I think, about $2,000 or so. We were sitting right at $30,000 when we made that first video in the morning, and then later on we made another video and we were at $35,000. So right now Bitcoin's sitting at about 33,600. And without further ado, let's go ahead and cue that intro and get started. All right, Bitcoin going parabolic towards $35,000 as Ethereum breaks $800. What is next for the prices? All right, Bitcoin surpasses $34,000.7 propelling Ethereum to break past $800 after a strong overnight rally. Boom. And so we can see here Bitcoin having its nice little party, I guess, inside of its room, trying to bust out of its small little room that it's in. The Bitcoin price surpassed 34,700 to achieve a new all-time high after strong overnight rally. Ethereum, the native cryptocurrency of Ethereum blockchain, also surpasses $800 for the first time since May 2018. Bitcoin's sudden rally comes as a surprise because it corrected sharply to around 30,300 January 2nd. Within 24 hours, BTC rose from 30,300 to high as 34,700 as a 14% rebound. What triggered the Bitcoin Ethereum rally? Folks, I mean, to be honest, before we read this, I think that the Ethereum rally is just based on the supply shock that Bitcoin is having right now. We're going to start to see these institutional investors start to get into some of these alts because they know that there is such a supply shock when it comes to Bitcoin. And so the next best thing, obviously, Ethereum for some. And let's see what we're discussing here on this news article. So when the price of Bitcoin surpassed $33,000 on January 2nd, some whales and high net worth investors warned that a 150 BTC sell order could retrace the market. A pseudo-anonymous Bitcoin trader known as I Am Nomad wrote, a 150 BTC market sell would reduce this whole thing. Laugh out loud. The higher the price goes, the more retail gets prices out, the lower bid support will be. So obviously, we know that a possible big retracement is or could be incoming, but we are going to take a look at the charts today on Bitcoin to see if maybe we can find out if that big sell order is going to end up taking place or not. Within the pinpointed to the risk the Bitcoin correction due to a thin order book, BTC sharply pulled back. However, Bitcoin recovered quickly in the initial drop, rallying a new record within 24 hours. The main catalyst behind Bitcoin's rally have been the institutional accumulation of BTC on Coinbase and the short squeeze on Binance futures. Throughout the past 3 days, Bitcoin has been trading much higher on Coinbase than other major exchanges, as Cointelegraph reported. This means that the aggressive buyers of coin on Coinbase were continuously accumulating BTC despite the premium. In the meantime, many traders of Binance futures were shorting BTC, possibly expecting Bitcoin to top out around $3,000 when Coinbase buyers continue to push upwards. A short squeeze corrected, and that's just one of the things, man. And when it comes to TA and all this stuff, you got to do your own due diligence. Obviously, I'm just some guy on YouTube, so don't take anything that I say on this channel for granted. Obviously, none of this is financial advice. It's all for entertainment and information purposes only. If you want to seek counsel, please ask your own financial advisor whether or not you should be investing inside of this market or not. And, the fact that people were putting in shorts based on what someone said, that there was 150 BTC sell wall. Well, you can go to the Tensor charts and you can see whether or not there is actually a sell wall there or not. Hey, maybe there was, and it probably just got bought up. We did have the big sell-off right underneath or right above the $30,000 level and dipped pretty low, and then it continued to get bought up right after that too. So for those expecting Bitcoin correction to kick off 2021, the 34,000 all-time high achieved 10 minutes ago is showing how painful it is being a BTC bear the past 10 months. Average trader returns haven't been this high across the board since June of 2019. Ether price rallied off of Bitcoin's strong technical momentum. ETH to USD rose past $800 for the first time in May 2018, demonstrating renewed momentum And after staggering throughout December, a pseudonymous crypto trader known as Mayan said on January. Why is it always these pseudo-anonymous people, man, that they're always referring to? Like, no one knows, no one's ever heard of these people, bro. And like, we have such a strong such a strong community on YouTube. Like, they can't mention anyone else's name on YouTube but just some pseudo anonymous trader. Like, that doesn't make any sense, bro. So you're gonna go off of what someone says that's just some random ass person on Twitter or something like that with maybe 100 followers, not even, probably only like 30 followers, and say, oh, well, this person's saying that this TA is this, and they only, they've never been in the space before. They haven't talked to anyone else. Like, I just had a comment from CryptoFace on my channel, and CryptoFace is a well-known, actual good trader. They don't come to CryptoFace asking him for his technical analysis. You know what I'm saying? Like, dude, it's just unbelievable what people will do in this market. Okay. And some crypto trader known as Mayan, pseudo-anonymous crypto trader known as Mayan, before the ETH rally that likes to head, he said, ETH thesis still on track, daily close through 620, we head to 800. I built a large long position in December, and assuming ETH to BTC can hold higher low, I think it'll play out nicely. I should have had more BTC long exposure versus ETH in December, hoping ETH outperformed in January. So, I mean, obviously it is what it is, but I just think it's funny how they're pulling this information from who knows where. Like, where are these traders coming from? You know what I'm saying? Like, how do they find these people? Where do you find these guys? That was a quote from Johnny Cage in Mortal Kombat. Anyways. All right, so moving on to the next article here. All right, Bitcoin blast past 34,000 for the first time in less than 24 hours after blowing through $30,000, folks. Another day, another $1,000 in the market. Price increase in Bitcoin prices, bringing the leading cryptocurrency combined gains to the new year to about $5,000. The price of the leading cryptocurrency surged past $34,000 for the first time ever early Sunday morning Eastern time, extending a record-setting holiday rally and adding to immediate exclamation point to the Bitcoin network's 12-year anniversary. Once the price of the leading cryptocurrency crossed $30,000 mark for the first time Saturday, something it had struggled to do for the previous couple of days, it seemed all resistance vanished, rising more than $3,000 in about 7 hours and reaching new all-time high of $33,100 before settling to fluctuate between $30,000 and $33,000. Bitcoin makes Tesla look like a standing still, tweeted Jim Baca, well-known macro strategist and cryptocurrency broke $30,000. So yeah, man, we're like, bro, the cryptocurrency market is going to outperform any effing stock that's out there, bro. Like, I don't care what no one says. We're always going to outperform the stocks. That's why you got to get knowledgeable in this space, because first off, in order to make money, you got to do your research, yo. And that's the thing here. We are steadily researching every single day, minute by minute, hour by hour over here. And we have a select few of alts that we have gotten into, and they are steadily performing, just like Dogecoin has hit like 1 cent and is about to hit maybe 2 cents on the previous video. Folks, if y'all want to join us in our Patreon page, I'm going to start moving everything over to our private Discord server. All of our posts, Patreon will just be a payment processor, probably moving forward. If y'all want to pay in crypto, feel free to message me and I'll send you information on that. You can either message me through Discord or you can send me an email. But let's see here. Okay, so it is a wild start to 2021. Follows a landmark year in which cryptocurrency rose more than 300% and almost 50% gain in December alone. On the November 30th, Bitcoin breached a nearly 3-year-old high of 19,700. All right, and so we basically just have all this data here that just talks about how the final land grab, blah, blah, blah. Okay, cool. So we've definitely seen a big price rise in Bitcoin the past couple of hours. Oh my gosh, it has been a crazy past 24, 48 hours for Bitcoin and cryptocurrency. So let's jump over to the charts and let's go ahead and get started on that, folks. All right, taking a look at the Bitcoin charts here. We're sitting on the hourly time frame. Taking a look at the charts, folks. By the way, if you're interested in picking up some of our paid for indicators, we use the market cipher indicator by CryptoFace, which is the waves down here. This is part of the market cipher package if you order it. And then also we use the TI sequential by Tone Bays, which are the numbers above the candles here. So if you're interested in picking up those paid for indicators, feel free to check the links in the description box below, and you can also have access to those too. Let's see what we got here going on. So looking at the hourly chart, we can already see momentum kind of wanting to dive off just a tad bit. By the way, let's see where Bitcoin's price is sitting at. We are currently sitting at $33,000 as of right now. So Bitcoin momentum kind of falling off just a tad bit. We can see on Cipher B that momentum starting to round off. Money flow still looks relatively healthy for the most part. If we kind of zoom out from our 4-hour chart, we can definitely see that our levels and our fib levels have been holding relatively strong. We've been expecting a nice little price move up to our next fib extension, which is the 1618 area, which would give us that, next golden ratio extension out to that $36,000 area too as well. You can see on our 4-hour chart that we are getting currently possibly a red dot here on our Cipher B indicator. And now we're just waiting to see whether or not that's going to end up selling off even more. Let's zoom in on the chart. So we were looking at the hourly chart. Let's take a look possibly at the 45-minute and just see if our momentum or money flow starting to round off still. We still have momentum headed to the downside. It doesn't look like any signs of recovery. Money flow still looks relatively good here on our 45-minute. If we zoom into our 15-minute time frame, we can kind of see how we've been kind of rounding off here on our money flow. And if this starts to move into the red, we'll probably have a pretty nice little sell-off there. Prices I'm expecting are probably maybe coming back down to our fib extension level about $42,000 or so, and then maybe our next fib retracement level would be probably around $31,000. But that's a given if we have a big sell-off. So we're still looking at maybe two areas of our fib extension that could play out. Sell signals are starting to pop off too as well. So obviously people taking their profits right now as needed. But I definitely am going to be keeping a closer eye on probably our hourly chart, waiting for a nice bounce with our momentum waves here on Cipher B, and possibly waiting for some green dots to occur on these lower time frames before we start to head up a little bit higher. So we didn't quite get the big price rally up to $36,000 or so. It could be happening in the near-term future. We're just going to have to wait to see how this wants to play out. If we start to zoom out on our charts here just a tad bit, we can also see possibly on our 8-hour, 12-hour time frames that VWAP is also kind of clipping to the downside too as well, which will give us a red dot on Cipher B. So we just need to be a little cautious here. I definitely, considering possibly looking at our 4-hour chart, our 21 EMA, that's where we've had nice support as well. Could be bouncing off of that. Looking at our 2-hour chart, we never had a close below our 21 EMA during our last little previous bull cycle. So that's our 3-hour chart. Taking a look at our 2-hour chart, I would say our 3-hour chart looks relatively good. We never had a close below our 21 EMA here, as you can see. So if we zoom into our candles here, you can currently see that we never had a close below our 21 EMA during this last little previous bull cycle and consolidation that we had here too. So what we're probably looking for is maybe another sideways pattern to play out here on our candles. And then based on that sideways pattern that's going to play out, if we get a retracement all the way back down to maybe our 21 EMA on our 3-hour time frame, it's sitting right at about $31,500 or so. And then we could definitely maybe draw some type of symmetrical triangle out here and then anticipate a bigger move from there. So folks, 31,400 could be a nice little retracement for us if it is to occur. But we're going to probably be keeping a close eye on the hourly chart, see if we come back down to maybe some of our fib levels or not. Yeah, and so that looks pretty good for the most part. All right, let's move over into ETH, folks. Yeah, let's take a look at ETH because, man, I can't believe ETH has already passed over $900. It looks like it's now retracing just a little bit. This is a 2-hour chart. Let's take a look at our daily chart. This is what we've been keeping a close eye on. Wow, look at this candle, folks. Look at the freaking candle just skyrocketing out here to the top. We do have a 9 on the TI sequential, which could indicate a top pattern too with with an S13 here at the bottom of our candle, indicating maybe an end of an extended bull count too. What we can see on Cipher B though, Cipher B is definitely giving us a green dot here on our daily time frame. So we still got momentum headed to the upside, folks. It looks like we did bounce off of our purple support line here that we've been kind of measuring out, and we've been kind of keeping a close eye on our daily time frame. ETH on the lower time frames is all over the place, so I'm not going to be looking at the lower time frames right now. ETH on the lower time frames is just too hectic. Looking at our 2-day chart here, we are starting to get a nice little sideways movement with our VWAP, maybe headed back up to a little bit higher, possibly wanting to extend this momentum wave out to about the 90% level on Cipher B as well. But it definitely does look like we still have a little bit more room to the upside. So ETH could be wanting to move back up to that $900 area sometime in the near future and maybe make support above the $900 area. So we'll have to wait and see how that wants to play out. It looks like on our 2-day chart, we are starting to get another bull count here, another bullish count on the TI sequential 2 as well. So that's also going to be good news for ETH. It definitely looks like possibly Bitcoin dominance is taking a little bit of a break. Let's take a look at the dominance chart on Bitcoin and kind of reference it from here. Bitcoin dominance actually not looking too shabby here on our daily time frame. Daily time frame giving us another green dot here for the Bitcoin dominance. So we've had a nice little rally with Bitcoin and starting to see dominance maybe kind of recover just a tad bit, and possibly wanting to maybe continue. Looking at the 12-hour time frame though, it does kind of look like it wants to kind of roll over. So we'll have to be prepared for more sideways movement on the Bitcoin dominance. 2-hour or 2-day chart. No sign of a green dot just yet, but what I'm looking for is probably some more Christmas tree patterns to play out here on Cipher B on our 2-day. So we had a red dot here, probably looking for another green dot here in the near term future, probably going on into the next couple of days. So I'm thinking by next week, Bitcoin's probably going to have another big price movement to the upside too. We'll probably see it move sideways for the next couple of hours. And then from there, we could definitely see Bitcoin continue to rise. Looking at the 3-day chart here on the Bitcoin dominance, we have a momentum wave that's steadily just inclining. VWAP starting to still move to the side. No sign of a red dot just yet. Money flow on our 3-day still looking very, very strong here. Take a look at our 4-day, Cipher B as well. We can see money flow on our dominance chart on our 4-day is still looking relatively good. And so it does look like we probably will continue up further here, but allowing the breaks to occur when they are there, it does look like we are getting a little exhausted. So Bitcoin's going to just need to take a little bit of a breather before it continues up a little bit higher. So we took a look at ETH. Man, I can't believe ETH is just out of this world right now. Right back above $900 again for ETH. So if we make support above $900, that's going to be really, really bullish for ETH. Taking a look at these higher time frames for ETH too, it looks strong. It's looking really strong. We got these green dots headed to the upside on Cipher B too as well. Man, yeah, ETH is looking relatively good. So obviously the stimulus package has been passed. If we take a look at the dollar chart, we can also see that the dollar probably is going to roll over once the markets open back up. Looking at our 4-hour chart here for the dollar, it does look like on Cipher B that we will probably be making another red dot. Money flow looks kind of good here, but also at the same time I wouldn't gamble on it. Looking at the 6-hour time frame, it still looks like our money flow on these mid time frames and higher time frames are still looking relatively bearish for the most part. Money flow still in the red. No sign of big recoveries just yet. So yeah, it's definitely looking like we'll have another rollover once the markets open back up on Monday. So with that being said, folks, I think we're going to go ahead and end the video off here. Definitely keeping a close eye on some of our mid time frames for Bitcoin to see if we find support on maybe our 21 EMA. And yeah, we'll kind of go from there. So with that being said, I'll see y'all in the next one. Don't forget, if y'all want to join our Patreon page, links in the description box below. We talk about what altcoins we're trading, that we're dollar cost averaging into. Also, if we ever make trades on Bitcoin, I post those too. I post our trade setups. This fib extension level has played out very, very nicely for us too as well. And so yeah, if y'all want to get signed up, feel free to check the links in the description box below. Also, all the links in the description box help support the channel through the affiliate links. But if you want to just leave a thumbs up, I'd be cool with that. Share the video with your friends and family. And folks, with that being said, I'm signing out. I'll see y'all when Bitcoin hits another all-time high, or else I'll make another video tonight. All right, CTO signing out. Peace.